I'm Thach Nguyen, founder of Thach Real Estate Group. Today, I have the great opportunity to interview a group of young entrepreneurs locally here on Beacon Hill, where I grew up also. And I'm inspired to actually interview them and hear their story, how they get started on their company, and how come they have such a passion for this Beacon Hill neighborhood also. So welcome you guys. Glad you guys are here. So tell me who you are, right? And what is your name, and then how did you guys all come together?
My name is Walter Franco. I'm the creative director and CEO of Namsayin.
Namsayin, yep. And
my name's Terry. I'm the head of operations for Namsayin from Beacon Hill here.
Great.
My name is Michael. I'm CEO and PR of Namsayin
company. And tell us, what does the name mean, and how did you come up with the name? Because it's a very unique thing.
Well,
and then tell how you guys got started too.
Okay. Well, Namsayin, it started off as a joke because it was just a group of friends, family, and everything that we enjoyed, whether it be cars, food, we'd always say Namsayin at the end of it to emphasize that we really enjoy it. Yeah. And so we decided, well, actually my brother decided that he'd probably pick up all the domain names that you could spell in any different configurations. And it started off as a blog, and it was a community website for us friends to kind of join together and just kind of look at pictures that we enjoy, like from eating to like the trips we traveled, and it just started to snowball into something for Seattle, essentially. People started paying attention to it more, and then obviously when I got finished done with design school, me and Terry kind of were brainstorming because he was living down in LA at the time, and I was just wrapping up my career at school, and then we were like, let's do something for Seattle. There's a brand here in LA. Everyone has their different types of avenues here in LA. Why doesn't Seattle have a brand that they can embrace? So we just thought about everything that we'd want to see on T-shirts, and here we are today, cranking out. We just finished our spring line, and obviously we're working on summer, and so we have a lot in store for the city of Seattle.
That's great. So when he came to you, man, with this idea, what was your first thought?
Well, he already had the idea.
Right.
It's been sitting there for a long time. I got laid off from the banking industry a year and a half ago.
Right.
And moved down to LA for a little bit, and that's where I kind of hung out with him for a lot more. We've been friends for a long time.
Right.
But hanging out with him some more, we just got to talking, just brainstorming, just started thinking like, I've always had this entrepreneur itch that I wanted to scratch. Working for corporate America for 12 years, I was bored.
Right.
And then I kind of want to do clothing, something in clothing. He had Namsayin as a brand.
Right.
It's like, well, he came to me and was like, hey, let's come with one idea and throw it out there and see how it does.
Right.
And that's when we came up with the bus shirt with Beacon Hill on it.
Right.
And that was the first T-shirt that we threw out. Was it late last year?
Late last year.
Yeah.
And so when they came up with the idea about starting off with Beacon Hill, you're the PR guy. What was your thought behind all that?
I was like, that's like pretty much a no-brainer. It's like,
why is that?
Our grassroots, and this is where we grew up. And
yeah, we know everybody here too.
Right.
Here,
Right. And that's the question I was going to ask you guys, man. How did you, why Beacon Hill, and why do you have so much passion about Beacon Hill as a community? To start off with the first shirt, Beacon Hill.
Yeah, I mean, it's where we grew up. It's our foundation. It's a place where we call home. My brother, he lives in where do you live now? Bryn Mawr,
right.
And Terry lives out in Renton, but everybody lives on the hill. Our friends, our family.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all united by this area, and it's always going to be like home to us, no matter what.
Yeah, because I grew up on Beacon Hill. My paper route was on Beacon Hill.
And out of all the neighborhoods around us, I think Beacon Hill is like the most proud that people like want to rep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's really proud that I'm from the hill.
Right. I agree. So you guys have you have many different shirts. I mean, Beacon Hill, started it. So where do you guys see yourself next? I mean, where do you see your company here in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road? What do you see?
Well, our spring line, we're doing the bus shirts to emphasize community. So we did a shirt recently for UW, and before that we also gave love to the Rainier Valley.
Mm-hmm.
We want to continue in doing that, but we want to also emphasize things that are home to us, like the cream cheese hot dog, Purple Dot restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
Beth's Cafe. Those are things that as Asian Americans and people here in Seattle that can embrace, because everybody's been there after the club,
right.
or the late night eats. So we dedicated our spring line towards those people who enjoy those type of things. And further in line, me and Terry also talked about, well, Seattle is known for its rain. We want to start, developing waterproof jackets, something more cycling savvy, because there's a big community here in Seattle for cycling. So we want to emphasize that, and just understand that Seattle has something dope to offer, and it's just not sports team colorway T-shirts. We want to emphasize stuff that we've grown up and we've embraced. Our culture, our food, basically. Our culture, the music scene is growing here in Seattle. So we're reaching out to artists and working with them so that we can just create this movement that we can also shine like the rest of the other cities like LA and New York.
Right.
Tell me the vision of this company, Namsayin. What is the vision of it? Because it's more than a clothing company. Terry, you said a little bit about it. It's not even a clothing company.
Yeah, I mean, we want to do more than just clothing. We want to expand into cycling and all kinds of areas of Seattle that Seattle loves. But at the same time, we want to do collaborations with artists from Seattle, right. Past and future artists.
Right.
For example, like Sir Mix-a-Lot. We'd love to get together with Sir Mix-a-Lot and do a collaboration. A T-shirt, crew neck or something. Because repping Seattle artists from the past or future is repping Seattle. Like Sean Kemp.
Right. And you mentioned restaurants, right? Yeah. And the culture, right? Tell me more about that.
Well, just recently for our spring line, we did a lot of dedications towards, a lot of late night eats here in Seattle. So like Purple Dot, we did a shirt for Purple Dot, as well as, Beth's Cafe, shout out to them, as well as our famous cream cheese hot dog.
Right.
And so, these staples that we like to enjoy and eat, we want to also embrace that and put that on t-shirts so that we can educate people out of Seattle of what Seattle's about.
That's hot.
And Seattle's more than just the Space Needle, because everybody's T-shirt is a Space Needle.
Exactly.
And, Seattle has more to offer than that. That's where we brought the cream cheese hot dog, because that's a Seattle staple.
Right.
Every major city has their hot dog. Right. And we have ours.
So where can people find these clothes? I mean, if someone want to buy this, someone want to hook up with you guys, partner with you guys. Let's say there's people that does music, there's people that does restaurants, there's people that live in the community. If they want to hook up with you guys and begin to collaborate and partner with you guys, they even buy the shirts. How do they get hold of you guys?
First, they could just go on our website, namsayin.com, and there's a contact link, and that'll get us right to us through email, namsayin07@gmail.com. And basically from there, we'll just, whatever ideas you want to do with us, and we'll just shoot back and forth, and we'll see what we can go from there.
Yeah, we also have Facebook. It's facebook.com/NamsayinAction. A lot of our information's on there. Our catalogs of our shirts availability are all on there as well. Right now, how to get our shirts, we want to meet you face to face. Right now we want to meet our customers.
And we think it's really important that we meet our consumer base, because that's important to us. I mean, we love the fact that we're getting tons and tons of people from other suburbs, from like Renton to Redmond the other day, and like Mukilteo, that want to enjoy our shirts.
Right.
And to us, that's like really impressive. And coming from Beacon Hill and the South Side, like we're really happy to reach a greater audience, and it's developing and growing every season. So we're really happy about that.
That's great.
So remember, always keep it real, dream big, and serve unconditionally. See you soon.